Yo, what's up, guys? This is TheGameManic here on AnimeRealTalkTV. As you can see by the title and by this ride shoe, I'm talking about Pokemon today. You're like, wait a minute, AnimeRealTalkTV and Pokemon? That shit don't mix. Yes, it does. And let me explain what the basis of this rant will be about. Now, if you do not know, I currently do watch the anime of Pokemon, and the latest one, Best Wishes, is the one I'm in the middle of right now. And I do play the games, and I do plan to get on Black and White. Now, a lot of people have had their complaints with Pokemon, and some of them are justified, but some of them, I don't think people don't really understand what the reasoning is for some of these things they do in the show. And frankly, it's getting kind of fucking retarded. So, with that being the case, this is my justification and explanation of some of the dumb shit they do in the anime. Alright, case in point, the dumbest fucking argument I've heard, and this is, I'm serious, I don't give a fuck who you are, it's a stupid argument. Pikachu should be at a level 1000 or some shit like that. Pikachu should be overpowered as hell. Pikachu should do this. Pikachu should be killing everybody. Let me ask you a question. How fucking boring is that? Like in all seriousness, if Pikachu was overpowered as you think he should be, what's the point of having him in the series? What's the point of him being Ash's partner? What is the point of having him even fight? Because every battle he would win. That's boring as fuck. This is the reasoning why they keep Pikachu at kind of a base level, because if you put him at this godly level, you think you, and it makes even less sense because you're trying to put realism in a cartoon. I want him to be realistically overly strong, so he becomes like a god. If people will look at you like, dude, this is Pokemon, why are you taking this shit so seriously? If he was overpowered, there'd be no reason for him to catch any other Pokemon, because he just beat the shit out of everything. I would get bored so quick. That wouldn't even be a saga. That's why it's so cool when he actually does win a fight. It's not like, oh, Pikachu won a fight. We expected that. No, it's like, damn, Pikachu won a fight, because you know Pikachu doesn't win every fight, because no one wants to see Ash win all the damn time. That's why they keep Pikachu at a level. And then another fucking complaint people have is, why are Pikachu and Ash in the series? Because they replace everything else, guys, and they also replace the characters. If they didn't keep some type of familiarity in there, they would lose fans. Contrary to popular belief, a lot of people love Pikachu. Contrary to a lot of popular belief, and this is more of around younger fans, people like Ash. Ash kind of fits the Shonen Jump kind of main character. As much as people can't believe that shit. So it's like, we shouldn't have Ash in the mid. It's like, dude, you gotta have some type of face for Pokemon. Most shows that keep going and have a different main character, people usually don't like. Just saying. I mean, and people are like, well, they do what they did with Pokemon Chronicles because people didn't like Pokemon Chronicles. You know, where Pokemon Chronicles actually tried to do different characters and side stories. You know how bored people got with that show? That's why Ash is in the series. Now, the next complaint you bitches have is, oh my god, why did they get rid of Misty and Brock? Because if anyone doesn't know, in Best Wishes, they're both gone. You get Ash and Dento. For one, it's not like every replacement for fucking Misty has been shit. I mean, you got rid of Misty, and the first replacement you got was May. May was a fairly interesting character, hence why people like Hoenn over Diamond and Pearl. Because Hoenn introduced the whole thing with contests, plus you got her little brother, Max. That shit was interesting. You want to change it up to some level. I mean, yeah, you're getting a whole new region with a whole new cast of Pokemon. But you can't really, what you're going to do, you end up overly developing characters, and then like Pokemon gets a whole bunch of character development in the first place. What are you going to do? Overly develop Brock? Overly develop Misty? Misty's only goal was to be the strongest water master. She hadn't really done anything for that. It was like, why was she here? That's why I'm glad they kind of got rid of her. She wasn't doing anything. Then you have Brock. People bitch about Brock. Oh my god. Listen, May wasn't bad. Dawn was fucking annoying, because Dawn's like a bad version of May. Iris is actually fairly interesting. Iris reminds you of Misty when you watch her. And the whole Brock thing, listen, they've had fuck-ups, Tracy being one of them. Tracy was no Brock replacement. That's why people don't. That's originally where people hated the ideas, because Brock got replaced by Tracy and Tracy sucked. So they kept Brock this long and they just now replaced him again with Dento. And Dento, honestly, isn't really coming off as a bad character, because a lot of people bitch. Like, people still want like the essence of Brock. You gotta switch it up. You can't just have. I mean, people don't bitch like this when they introduce characters in Naruto, or when, oh god, Sasuke left and they replaced him with Sai and Shippuden. People didn't bitch about that. Like, you only bitch about this, why? Because it's Pokemon? Get the fuck off of that bullshit. Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? It's a kid series. Now, what else? What else can we talk about in terms of complaints? Oh, why Ash doesn't win anything. That's why Ash is only... Now, this one is kind of justified, because I think at a certain level he has not won much. And it kind of ticks a lot of people off, considering the fact that the only thing he has won is the Orange Island League thing, and back in like season 2, and then he also won the Battle Frontier shit. But he's never actually won a Champion League. I think the reasoning behind that, even though I don't really mind this one as much, is because honestly, if Ash won the league, that would imply he would have to go and fight the Elite Four, and then on top of that, he would have to go and beat his rival probably, or it would have probably been either Gary, or he would have just had to beat the champion. The champion doesn't even get introduced until Diamond and Pearl, and that's Candace. Plus, the Elite Four members switch each generation, so it's like, if you had Ash win, it'd just be... I still think it's stupid, because I think he should have at least won at least the first or second one. But they kind of give him these small victories, but at the same time, I think the series would end if he won it all. Because, I mean, when you become a Pokemon Master, you have to beat all the Elite Four members and the damn champion to become a Pokemon Master, pretty much. So pretty much, for him to do all that, he would have to win everything, and for that to happen, that means they would be prepared to end the series. Hence why I don't think they've done that yet. Now that one, you know, that kind of goes along with the thing about Pokemon needs to die. On a level, I guess you could say that, because it seems like each generation the Pokemon are getting gayer, but at the same time, it's not like the generations suck, like, completely. Okay, and the last thing we're going to talk about is this: the bitching and the complaining regarding the simple thing about how each generation has gayer Pokemon. First off, where is half of this coming from? Like, people act like the first generation was like the best generation. What people don't really seem to understand is, because the first fucking generation is the first generation, they hold the first generation at such high regards, like it's the best fucking generation. The first generation doesn't have any holy shit unique Pokemon. It just more has memorable Pokemon. Oh god, because you know, Venusaur is such an awesome Pokemon. So fucking awesome. He's only awesome when you compare him to Bayleaf. I mean, fucking Meganium. No shit, he's better. People didn't say that shit with Sceptile though. Like, people act like the newer generation suck. There are people whose fan favorites is Lucario. Oh, Lucario sucks then. You tell me Sceptile sucks. You tell me Blaziken sucks. You tell me anyone from Johto sucks, which is retarded. You're telling me Heracross sucks. You're telling me Mac. Who else? Who else is a very recognized fan favorite? You're telling me like people hate Palkia and Dialga. Now, some of the legendaries are retarded, but people are bitching about some of the most retarded things, like, oh my god, every other generation sucks. Listen, every generation has Pokemon you don't care for. And fucking Diamond and Pearl was Bidoof. And fucking in the first generation, people only liked most of the characters from the first. Zubat is annoying as shit. Let's talk about that dude. Oh god, Zubat's so highly regarded. So is fucking Geodude. People fucking hated these dudes. The games is really what made you hate those dudes, because they kept showing the fuck up. But oh god, the first generation. The first generation is the best generation. Dude, shut the fuck up. It's the first generation. Half of these characters aren't even fucking original. Half of them aren't original. And you're talking about, oh, there's no originality in the later seasons. Yeah, because you know the first season is so fucking original, right? Fucking Machamp and Machoke and Machop, those aren't really based off just karate people. Mankey's a fucking pig with boxing gloves. Pikachu's a mouse. Rattata is legitimately more of a mouse than Pikachu. Or a rat, technically. Still. You shitting me? Zubat is a fucking bat. Golbat, that looks so awesome. Oh, people must hate Crobat then, because Crobat's Johto. Vampy and Dolphin, those things are gay, right? Fucking hate Lucario. Like, people, get off your bitch fits. Like, Jesus Christ. It's a children's series. And it's not even that bad of a children's series, because you fuckers still play the games. Like, we gonna bitch about the anime just because? Oh, also the repetition. That's the last thing I want to talk about. How everything seems to change. Oh, the last thing I want to mention is the fucking issue with Ash switching out Pokemon. Ash switching out Pokemon ever since after Johto, it became a thing where he got rid of his entire team and left him at the lab, and he just got new Pokemon, which also goes into the whole thing of him letting Pokemon go. Letting Pokemon go thing. Really? I mean, like, I'm assuming you're bitching about what? Primeape, Butterfree, Pidgeot, Charizard, I think Squirtle, who else? Gliscor and Diamond and Pearl later. Who else? I think those are the main ones people bitch about. Why, when they're all justified? They're all justified. Fucking Charizard went to go train. It isn't like Charizard just left the entire series. Charizard fucking came back like 4 times. He's came back in almost every season except for, I think, Diamond and Pearl is the only season we haven't seen him. Every other, he came back in Battle Frontier. People stop bitching about that. Almost all these characters have shown up at least once again. I think Primate's one of the few ones that didn't. I don't know why. Butterfree the same way. Pidgeot, yeah. Pidgeot hasn't really left. Pidgeot's just outside of Pallet Town. But they're all justified. What? Pidgeot was trying to help out his friends. Charizard went to go train. Primate went to go train. Oh yeah, Haunter. But then again, Haunter was never really Ash's, so we're not going to talk about that one. Most of them were justified. People just bitched about dumb shit. Squirtle was in the fucking firing squad. And oh yes, and they go back. And let's not forget the fucking evolving thing. And him switching Pokemon, because I haven't even touched on that. Oh god, none of his Pokemon want to evolve. His Pokemon are gay. First off, Squirtle didn't want to evolve. Bulbasaur didn't want to evolve. And they all evolve at their own pace. Like, you at like the show. Listen, it'd be kind of gay for him to have like this retardedly ultimate team. It puts variety. Like, if you knew his Pokemon were going to evolve every season, that takes out any fun you possibly had. And you like he never evolves his Pokemon. Like, he actually gets control over that shit all the time. You know, Ash is God. He knows how to fucking evolve every goddamn body. And fucking the newest season, all of his Pokemon evolved except for Gibble. He had a fucking Torterra. He had an Infernape. He had a fucking what was it? He had a fucking Staraptor. Jesus Christ. Stop bitching about this shit. And the reason why he switches them out is he's presenting himself with a challenge. It could be that, or it could be the same reason why Pikachu isn't overpowered. Point blank being, stop bitching about shit that isn't a big deal. It's a kid series. You fuckers are taking this shit way too seriously. And that's all I gotta say to you guys. AnimeRealTalkTV, the insane game freak, GameManic out. Peace, bitches. Pikachu.